Trump called Bad Bunny's halftime show the worst performance he'd ever seen. Of course he did. Because Bad Bunny did something Trump can't forgive. He celebrated the very people Trump once called shithole countries. Not a slip, not a mistake, a belief. The President of the United States looked at Black Caribbean nations, nations born of slavery, revolt, and survival, and reduced them to an insult. Then Bad Bunny walked onto the halftime stage with their flags and burned that lie to the ground. No speech, no debate, no begging for approval. Just flags. Black Caribbean flags. Flags of people Trump mocks but depends on. Flags of nations his policies harm but his economy feeds on. Flags of cultures America steals from while pretending they don't exist. That halftime show wasn't entertainment, it was an indictment. Because here's the truth. He took everyone to the islands without paying for a plane ticket. In a few minutes, he carried millions across borders, across oceans, across histories. No passport checks, no walls, no exclusions. And the ending? For me, it felt like he was passing the torch to every young person watching who's been told their culture doesn't belong on that stage. To every immigrant kid who's been made to feel their flag is something to hide. To the next generation of artists who now know you don't need permission to claim space in this country. Because that moment said something Trump never will. The United States is a place for every race and for dreams. That's why the flags mattered. Those flags represented Haiti, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Places Trump insults because he cannot control them, because he fears what he can't dominate. He fears Black resilience. He fears history that doesn't flatter him. He fears cultures that survive without his permission. So he dehumanizes them. And Bad Bunny did the opposite. He humanized them on the biggest stage in the world. That's why this mattered. Because culture reaches where propaganda can't. Because representation breaks lies faster than facts ever could. Trump can sit in the Oval Office and spit insults. But on the world stage, it was clear who actually carried America forward. One man rules through cruelty and insecurity. The other passed hope from one generation to the next. And no tantrum from Trump, no policy, no insult, no dog whistle can erase what the flags already said. We were here before you. We'll be here after you. And you don't get to define us. Trump called it the worst performance he'd ever seen. But 100 million people saw those flags. And they understood exactly what he couldn't bear to witness. A vision of America that doesn't need his approval to exist.